Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to CFL Central, CFL content for the fans, by the fans, and we have our preview here of Week 1 of the CFL preseason, which is one game. I'm not going to lie, it's a little weird how because they're calling this Week 1, even though this is the Monday game, and then there's 4 games on Saturday, which they're considering Week 2, as it's the separate weekend, I guess, extended weekend. But I digress, as it doesn't really matter that much, but we're going to be covering just the Bombers versus the Riders in this game, as we're going to structure our vids the same way that the CFL has constructed their preseason, just to keep life easy and simple and not to confuse you wonderful people. So, how are we feeling about Winnipeg at Saskatchewan?
I mean, it's depending on how you do it. Like you were telling me earlier, Chris Streveler is starting instead of.
I'm very excited. Yeah, Zach Collaros won't even be there. It looks like, from what I saw, it was Streveler starting.
What's his name? Wilson.
Terry Wilson will be the backup. I'm not gonna lie. I do kind of hope I see a little bit of him, even if it's like fourth quarter or whatever, just because I have no idea what to expect from Terry Wilson. I know nothing about him. Absolutely nothing.
Mean,
so I'd be interested in just seeing him play a quarter, maybe play a few plays. I'm curious if they'll have him or either, I'm not sure how to say this. Is it Barrier or Tuchinski as short yardage, or if Wilson will play short yardage, I'm not sure. Or if Streveler will play short yardage. Fuck, he can do it. Actually, honestly, they'll probably keep Streveler in for short yardage. Because why not? That's his bread and butter.
I could see Streveler getting a quarter and then splitting the rest of the game between Terry Wilson and another quarterback.
And Jackson Tuchinski?
Or I know this kind of sounds.
I could see Streveler playing half the game. I could see him playing the first half.
Or no, because I can't see them dressing 4 quarterbacks. I was gonna say you could do 1 per quarter, but I can't see a team dressing 4 quarterbacks.
They won't dress 4 quarterbacks.
They'll at least do 3.
So either Barrier. This is probably not how you say it. Barrier or Tuchinski won't dress, as we know for sure Terry Wilson will. So that's kind of on the quarterback side of things. Receivers, a lot of receivers, a lot of new names. I expect that we'll see a few familiar faces, and then a few of the receivers that maybe O'Shea feels like could maybe do a little something, maybe be kind of a solid 5th, 6th option. Now that a guy like O'Leary Orange is no longer with us, he is now with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. You're probably very happy about that. He's a great receiver, so makes sense.
So my interesting thing is, because your guys' offensive lines changed. Saskatchewan signed 5 offensive linemen who never showed up to camp, so my watch is on both teams' offensive line.
You want to know my honest opinion? When it comes to our O-line, at least in Winnipeg, the question is going to be left tackle. That's going to be the question. And the reason why I'm saying that is that, so we still have Kolinkowski. We still have Neufeld, contrary to the rumors that he retired. False, not true. We still have Stanley Bryant. And so then at that point, we lost Hardrick. And we lost Jeff Gray. Now, one of those is an easy replacement. Jeff Gray is getting replaced by Liam Dobson. That's what's happening. Liam Dobson has been playing the backup to that position. They sometimes pull him in to be a kind of a lead block or a pulling guard. And I'm not going to lie, I think Liam Dobson should have had that position last year instead of Jeff Gray. I've been like, not that I dislike Jeff Gray, like he's a good lineman. But he is so prone to taking procedure penalties. So prone. If you saw a procedure penalty, it's probably Jeff Gray taking it. And it's frustrating because they're just dumb penalties to take. So I'm curious exactly who they put in at that left tackle position now that Hardrick is gone. And now, although I say gone, but he's wearing that ugly, disgusting, brutal green. in Saskatchewan, so we'll have to deal with Jamarcus Hardrick, but I'll have to see I'm curious for the rest of Saskatchewan's O-line. I don't know anything about them.
Well, because I'm curious to see also.
Because we talked about this before we started recording. Trevor Harris is starting for Saskatchewan. So
I'm curious to see how much they're going to play AJ Ouellette.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Monday. Like,
how much they're going to play Jameer Thurman if he's going to.
They're going to want to give a bit of a sample size for the fans. That's the thing, and like it's one of those things because like if you look at the receiving core, I mean your top four are what? Bain Jr., Stearns, Schaefer Baker, and MLS. I can't imagine those four play the whole game. I imagine they I wouldn't be surprised if they even rotated them in and out a little bit. Have like one or two on the field at a time.
Let me just double check. I'm pretty sure.
But a guy like AJ Ouellette, you're going to want to give a bit of a sample size for the fans, you know?
So, Linnaeus is injured still.
Are you
as of...
You're not talking MLS, right?
No, Linnaeus.
You're talking Linnaeus. Okay.
Linnaeus is still injured.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking
of injuries, I got something to talk about when you're done.
I'm just trying to see.
Right here, I guess I'll say it now because you're still looking for it. The Adam Bighill, along with Noah Hallett, and I'm trying to remember who the third one was.
6 games. They're at least missing the first game
on the 6-game injury list. Hopefully, it's not a full 6 games, and hopefully, it's just a few.
Based on that, so with what I've read, if you're on the 6th game, you're missing week 1 minimum.
Oh yeah, no.
After that, you can come off.
No, they'll absolutely miss week 1. There's no question. I just hope it isn't a full 6 games. Like maybe it's only 3 or 4 or something like that. A lot of people really worried about Adam Bighill, which is funny in the sense of I'm wearing a Bighill jersey. Love Bighill. You know, just an excellent player. I'm not worried about Bighill as much as... Okay, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I'm confident in the other linebackers that we have that have learned a lot from a guy like Adam Bighill. Adam Bighill is starting to get up there in age for a football player. You know what I mean? And he's only going to be in the CFL for another few years. Not sure. You know, it's one of those things where he may just suddenly hang up the boots. I mean, that's what Jackson Jeffcoat did. That's what Sean Lemon did. Now, when it comes to Adam Bighill, do not rush him back. We saw them rush him back for the Grey Cup game, and how many times did we see the Montreal Alouettes take advantage of that and be like, a knee injury, let's run a slant route right through his zone. That's what we're going to do. Because the fact of the matter is that he got burned. He got burned multiple times. And I'm not even blaming Bighill for this, because it's one of those things where when you're a football player, you're just like, I got hit, whatever. Just throw me back on the field, coach. That in my opinion, that was a coaching error to have Bighill out there. Even though he's, yes, our best linebacker, he wasn't at 100%. And when he wasn't at 100%, he wasn't our best linebacker. So it's one of those things where I don't want us rushing anything when it comes to Bighill's injury. I love Bighill. I love Bighill at 100%, though. Not at 70%, not at 60%. I want 100%. So if it takes the full 6 games, so be it. If it takes longer, so be it.
So looking at their roster,
really curious to see a guy like Kyrie Wilson, though, have a breakout year. I think he's going to have one. Continue, please.
Yeah, so MLS will probably play. Bain Jones will probably play a little bit.
Yep.
Schaefer Baker and Jareth Stearns, maybe. Ajojo. Yes, that is his first and last name. I could see, because I think they got him 2nd round, so I think they will take him.
Yep.
Because you got to remember, Tevin Jones, who had 882 yards for Saskatchewan last year.
Yep.
He's now gone to Montreal.
That's true.
So I think you'll see a lot of rookies.
I think we're going to see a lot of Johnny Augustine at running back for Winnipeg. We'll see a bit of Brady Oliveira near the start. We'll see Streveler do some running plays, but we're definitely going to see some Johnny Augustine, especially late in the game. I'm excited to see it. Love me some Johnny Augustine.
Or
feel free to check out our interview from, I think it was 2 years ago, of Johnny Augustine on the channel. Make sure you do that.
Or maybe not Johnny Augustine. I'm going to be pulling a name out of the hat because he may be dressed. Michael Chris Ike, that you guys drafted second round, who had the fastest time.
We might see him. I'm just saying we're definitely seeing some Johnny Augustine. There's no question.
Oh, yeah.
They'll absolutely play him. So I guess at the end of the day, we've kind of talked about kind of all corners of the lineup, mostly. Now, the question is, who do you think's winning?
I mean, battle of the rookies.
Do you want to know my honest opinion?
You're going to say Saskatchewan.
Yep, I am. My prediction is that the Saskatchewan Roughriders will win this game, and it's very, very simple. When it comes to preseason, where you're not playing your starters and all this and that, the team that puts more starters out is the home team. It's just, that's how it is, because they want to put on a better performance in front of their fans. It makes sense. When the Bombers have their preseason game at home, same thing. They'll put out more starters. Not all starters, but more starters than they would on the road. On the road is more of a chance for the rookies.
But keep in mind, this is Corey Mace's first game as a head coach.
Yeah.
So, it could be a Winnipeg's win.
It could. Oh, trust me, I would be very happy if the Bombers won. And I am so excited to see Streveler. I'm not gonna lie, it would be really, really hype if, like, when they do like the introductions for each individual player at IG Field, Princess Auto Stadium, if he had the big fur coat over the football gear. I'm not gonna lie, that'd be sick. One thing we haven't talked about. We haven't done a video with this. I'm curious if we see any players that decide to wear the extra protection around the helmet during the game. As of very recently, it's been announced that is now allowed in a game in the CFL, which a lot of people were like upset about it. Like, oh, it's going to make it look this and this and that. First of all, player safety goes above everything. I want to make sure these players are okay. Football is a very damaging sport on your body and can leave lasting impressions. Concussions are a nasty thing. All that sort of stuff. So anything safety related, I'm a fan of. Secondly, the other thing is that people are worried about it looking like shit. I haven't actually seen a game played with it fully. Apparently there are some teams in the U.S. college system that do, in some of the lower leagues. I'd have to check that out. And thirdly, like, they're going to make it, like, it's not just going to be a black thing around the helmet. Like, they'll have some effing design to it, or make it blue, or just something to blend in. You know what I mean? Like, I think people are overreacting about it.
Or be that team's color.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they'll do some, like, they'll make it part of the uniform. Like, it's not
also to correct you, since it's very early in the morning while recording this.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. Central.
It's not going to be at IG Field. It's going to be at Saskatchewan on Monday. You guys don't play till the following week.
I know. I didn't say that. What I said is when Streveler eventually has his single-person entrance at IG Field. So when the Bombers have a home game, I'm not talking about this game. But yes, but I got excited about Streveler. There's a lot of things. Also, continue.
For those fans, no matter if you're in Canada, if you're in the US, or you're in international waters, you have the option to watch all games, including preseason, on CFL Plus. And including this year, we now have a 48-hour video on demand on CFL Plus.
So you can rewatch it if you missed it, or if you're looking for a certain play that happened throughout the game that maybe doesn't make it into the highlight reel for some reason, or because the CFL posts those really late, get on it! You can go and watch it there.
The best part about it is going to be next Saturday is the day before my birthday.
Do you know what this is? This is signed Chris Streveler. This is Chris Streveler's autograph on the chain, which means that if you hate these obnoxious chains, my dumb large chain is validated by the king of fashion himself, Chris Streveler. So I don't want to hear it. I just felt that was worth mentioning, as he is absolutely the king of fashion. He totally is.
So what I was saying was, next Saturday, the day before my birthday.
Yep.
With me working till 6, I now have the option of watching 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 games straight because of the new video on demand.
And you're gonna watch that on the Sunday?
No, I'm watching that Saturday as soon as I'm done at 6. I'm going to start with the earliest game, and I'm going to watch every game.
Damn, that is...
Because here's I don't know.
Well, actually, sorry, no, you'll watch... Well, I guess you'll watch 4 in a row, because you'll for sure watch the Alouettes game live.
No, that's last.
But that's live.
That is last.
But that one you'll be able to see live because of when you're off work.
No, but I'm starting with the Ottawa-Hamilton game. That the first.
Why the hell would you start with that? Well, one of them's live. Watch the live game, then go back and watch the other 3.
Hold on. No, because then if I watch the live one, then they could possibly be giving the scores away for during the other games, and I don't want to know what the other games are, so I'm going to start with the earliest one. Also...
Oh, no! I knew that the Red Blacks blew a lead like they always do! Sorry.
Also, the other thing that I wanted to mention, keep in mind, these preseason games are the home team's feed. So they're not going to be professionally done. They're not going to be no TSN. They are going to be their radio station.
Just a bunch of ham and eggers.
It's going to be their radio station doing the play-by-play, and then some video feed from their stadium.
Makes sense.
Bunch of farmers coming up on Monday.
Just a bunch of ham and eggers.
I thought you were going to say Hicks for a second.
No, ham and eggers. It's like a term for like wrestlers that are like local jobbers. Like like WWE, instead of just like burying any of their young talent, they'll just be like, hey, let's go to like Winnipeg Pro Wrestling, pick like 3 of their best guys, and then put them in like a dark match before Raw and have them get their asses kicked by like Titus O'Neil or some bullshit. They're called ham and eggers. That's what they are. Anyways, though, I think that's pretty much all we have. I picked Saskatchewan for who I think is winning. I hope Bombers, obviously. Who do you think?
Oh, I'm going the opposite. I'm going Bombers just to make
Really? Hey! Yes. I like that. I do. I like that. Fuck yeah. Let's do it. Oh. So, what?
Nothing. I'll wait.
Okay, well, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. And we will see you guys, you wonderful people, next time. Wait a minute.